very first snowy morning of winter, the world outside fell silent. Snowflakes drifted like little feathers, settling softly across rooftops, fields, and winding country roads. Inside a quiet countryside house where smoke rose gently from the chimney, a little girl named Mina pressed her nose against the window pane. Her breath fogged the cold glass as she watched the first snow of the year transform her familiar world into a silent white wonderland. From the heart of the home, the kitchen, Mina's grandmother Holmione called out her name. Her voice was as warm and comforting as the knitted vest she wore. Today wasn't just any day, was kimchi making day, a tradition that felt as old and sacred as the snow itself. On the large wooden table, Holmione had already begun her preparations, arranging large bowls filled with crisp green Napa cabbages, pristine white radishes, and vibrant scallions, ready for their transformation. Eager to help, Mina rolled up her sleeves and joined her grandmother. The cold water stung her small fingers as she helped wash the heavy cabbages in a large basin, but working side by side with Hermione made everything feel warm. Steam from their work rose to fog the kitchen window, blurring the line between the cozy indoors and the snowy world outside. Wrapping them in their own little bubble of warmth and purpose. With gentle hands, Holmione showed Mina how to mix the rich, fragrant kimchi seasoning. She measured out brilliant red pepper flakes, pungent minced garlic, and sharp, zesty ginger. Then came the secrets: a grated apple for a hint of sweetness, and a special dash of salted shrimp that Hermione said carried the taste of the sea. Mina watched, mesmerized, as her grandmother's gloved hands worked the ingredients together, creating a paste as vibrant and full of life as a summer garden. Kimchi tastes better when made with love, Holmione said, her eyes twinkling as she looked at Mina. She paused, her hands still in the bowl, and added softly, "Food keeps us warm, but love keeps us alive." Mina listened quietly, the words settling in her heart. She glanced from her grandmother's wise, gentle face to the window, where the snow now fell more heavily. A silent, swirling curtain that made their kitchen feel like the warmest, safest place on earth. Following her grandmother's lead, Mina began to spread the bright red paste between each cabbage leaf. She was careful and deliberate, her small hands moving with a newfound reverence, almost as if she were tucking a warm, spicy blanket around each one. Together, they worked in a comfortable silence, filling large glass jars with the lovingly prepared kimchi, a ritual that connected them to generations past. But when their hands grew tired and the last jar was sealed, Mina's restless energy pulled her outside. The cold air was crisp and clean, and the snow welcomed her like an old friend. She stepped into the Ghibli-style wonderland of her front yard, the warm farmhouse glowing behind her. With arms outstretched, she began to spin, her laughter mingling with the soft, falling flakes in a dance of pure, simple joy. Back inside, the finished jars were set to rest on a cool, dark shelf. Soon, the entire house filled with the smell of the spices, a scent that was sharp, warm, and wonderfully alive. It was the smell of patience, of tradition, and of a day spent making something beautiful together. That evening, as winter's chill deepened outside, the family gathered around a low table. In the center sat a steaming pot of kimchi stew, its rich red broth bubbling invitingly. The flickering candlelight cast a warm glow on their faces as they shared stories and laughter. Outside, the world was cold and hushed under its blanket of white, but inside, everything was bright and warm. Mina took a spoonful of the stew and closed her eyes as she tasted it. The flavor was deep and complex, spicy, savory, and comforting all at once. She smiled, a slow, happy smile that reached her eyes. It wasn't just food, it was the memory of her grandmother's hands, the feeling of cold water and warm love, and the sight of snow falling outside the window. It was winter's warmth, captured in a bowl.